What is up, male and females? It is Spectral here, and we're getting pretty far into 2025 already. It's a little weird because back in 2012, there was this little game that came out that predicted what would be happening in 2025 in a lot of different ways. That game being Call of Duty Black Ops 2, which is probably my favorite Call of Duty game that's ever came out. Black Ops 3 is a close contender just because of the modding community that's part of that game, but Black Ops 2 means a lot to me. And it makes me very sad that there's a lot of gamers that are only growing up in this new kind of era of gaming with all this online like live service stuff. And it really kind of hurts because my teenage years were really defined by a lot of these early online games like Destiny, Battlefield, Minecraft, and of course Call of Duty. I got my start of playing Call of Duty on Call of Duty Black Ops 1, but Black Ops 2 is where I really fell in love with the online gaming atmosphere. It was a $60 premium title, and when that game was coming out, I busted my butt to get it. And I didn't get it until like I think it was around April 2013. But I worked really hard. I did a lot of chores. I did a lot of like recycling soda cans to be donated and sold for money. I did all kinds of weird things to get money. Nothing like inappropriate, but like I really was really trying to build myself a way where I can earn money quickly as someone who was only 12 and didn't have a full-time job. Now, thankfully, because of that game, I have basically been defined in where I am now today because of my experience playing this game. Now, one could ask, how the heck does that work? Well, for instance, I met my best friend Caden playing Call of Duty Black Ops 2. And if I never met him, I would never be where I'm at today. That's just a solid factual statement. Now, I mentioned Call of Duty Black Ops 2 launched as a premium AAA title that cost $60, and it was a truly full package. This was a fully innovative game in a lot of different ways. And let's start with the campaign. The campaign, for instance, and a lot of Call of Duty games up to this point and even after, have gotten the flack that there's not much more than just hands on rails and you're just kind of moving forward and doing as the game pleases. Now, people have the conception that that means the game is bad. That's not true. A lot of Call of Duty campaigns are very memorable for a lot of different reasons. But Call of Duty Black Ops 2 is the most memorable for me because my experience playing the game was very different from other people's because we had the choice of making radical choices that changed the outcome of the campaign. Choices like who got to live or die, did you actually save this person in time? All these different things affected how the campaign would end. You also had zombies mode. Despite transit being a bit mid-tier, you got town and Nuketown zombies and all the DLC maps where me and my friend Caden would spend countless hours late into the night playing games when we had school in the morning. Don't tell my mother. Multiplayer had no live events. It had no seasonal updates. It had no weapon skins outside of the $2 skins that you could buy. It had no $30 bundles. It had no reimagining of maps into like a Christmas theme or Easter theme. You had no battle pass. You had no loot boxes. What you had was the game that shipped plus the $50 DLC that would give you 16 extra maps and 4 extra zombie maps. Despite that, it was a complete package. The maps were fun. Progression was fun. Custom games were fun. Rank play was fun. The freaking theater mode was fun. The party games that had sticks and stones. One in the chamber. Gun game. It was all fun. Are you catching my drift? The game was fun and it cost $60 and $50 if you wanted to get all the DLC. See, nowadays, everything is really expensive. Doesn't matter if you're going to the grocery store, a theme park, Disney World. It doesn't matter if you're just actually going out and just trying to get a soda. Everything is really expensive now. And I think I make a decent living wage on my day job. I definitely am not rich. I'm definitely not upper middle class. I'm not lower class. I'm kind of just in the middle of what an average American family is going to be making. Now, despite living a livable wage, I would say there's still a part of me that feels a little bit like I'm living paycheck to paycheck. And that's simply because despite making what I make, everything is super expensive. So for me, I got to be very selective in what I buy. And so what I've been buying a lot is actually games that were older or I could get on sale that have a lot more value than a lot of the newer games have. Right now, I made a video that I bought my Steam Deck for $100, and I currently am emulating Luigi's Mansion 3, which is a game that I owned from when this game came out. I bought the game, and playing this on my Steam Deck definitely feels like I'm getting my money's worth compared to where I can spend a lot of my money now. Even going out to eat, I feel a little cheated because eating's gotten a lot more expensive. But back on the topic video game. If Black Ops 2 launched as exactly as it is, like, now, the game, like, fully complete with all the DLC and stuff, and even dropped, let's say, for $100, I would still buy the game because the game brought value to me. Why am I bringing this up at all? Like, price of gaming, the cost of living, stuff like that. Well, simply put, GTA 6 is supposed to be coming out this year. If it will come out this year, we'll wait and see, because every Rockstar game basically has been delayed at one point or another. But there's been a lot of talks about price range, ranging from the standard $70, how games are coming out now. They've gotten $10 more expensive to come out with, $30 shy from $100. Well, a lot of people are talking about that GTA 6 will be the first premium AAA title that will come out as a $100 game. I even seen some people say it's going to come out as $250, which I think would be crazy, crazy insane. And I don't know how many people will actually buy that, but it's Grand Theft Auto, so probably a lot. Now, I have no doubt that GTA 6 is easily worth probably $100 like buy-in fee to actually play the game. Because let's be honest, despite how you feel about Rockstar and how I feel about Rockstar, every Rockstar game has basically pushed gaming forward in a way that we've like no other company can do. I honestly believe they're probably one of the best developers out there. Ever since I think GTA 4 came out, gaming has been pushed forward. Now, with GTA 5, that was truly genre defying and a cash cow for Rockstar. I was actually a little too young to play the game. I was only 12 when the game came out. And so I finally got the game when I was in my hands when I was 16. And I agree, it's one of the best games ever made. Red Dead Redemption 2 is definitely the second best game I have ever played when it comes to the story, the immersion, the world. Red Dead Redemption 2 came out, and it's truly the most immersive experience like you can get in a video game. If you haven't played Red Dead Redemption 2, you need to go out and play it, because there's no other game like it. No other studios ever came close to the immersion that is Red Dead Redemption 2. So I have no doubt that GTA 6 is going to be even more immersive. It's going to be pushing gaming really that much more further. And sure, maybe it will be the $100 like buy-in that maybe it deserves. Maybe it will be that content. But what worries me is take the value of Call of Duty today. Black Ops 6 came out, and I was stupidly hyped. Like, when I say hyped, I mean I drank the Kool-Aid hype. I went out and bought the most expensive like pre-order I can, which I think was like $100 and something with the sales tax. I drank the Kool-Aid, and now I'm being punished for it because, well, despite the game being a lot of fun, in my opinion, is probably the best Call of Duty has ever felt with the Omni movement, and the progression when it comes to weapon camos is probably the most fun in a Call of Duty game that's been out in a really long time. The game for me doesn't work, and I feel a little cheated. So originally, I kind of wanted to show you what I mean by the cheated, but I actually can't even get the game to work anymore. For whatever reason, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 will crash the second I join in any game. I don't know why it's been doing this. I tried playing it on my laptop and it's fine. I tried playing on my computer and it's not fine. It will constantly crash. I've uninstalled it, reinstalled it. I've deleted all like the background files off the app percent data. I did everything I can. I can't get the game working. But even when the game was working, skill based matchmaking, which everyone and their mother has complained about one way or the other, truly like ruins the experience for me, in the sense that when I played Call of Duty Black Ops 2, for instance, I felt like I was becoming a better player because the lobbies were random. I was always meeting new people, and you didn't get dispersed to lobbies. You always had the same people in a game as long as everyone stayed in that lobby, and it brought a lot of friendships. It brought a lot of fun, a lot of trash talking. It was an experience because the game was pretty much randomized. Now I'm only playing with players that are basically on my same skill level, and I'm never moving up, I'm never moving down, I'm never moving right, I'm never moving sideways. I'm always on the same skill level. And after a while, that can get really annoying because all my games are the exact same. Sometimes I want to be beaten into a pulp where I cry. Sometimes I want to beat someone else to a pulp to where they cry. But I can't get that with Black Ops 6. The other thing that has been really terrible are the servers. Now, I truly believe that the Call of Duty HQ app is the thing to blame for this, because how much like stuff is packed into it. But ever since they launched the Call of Duty HQ, the servers for me have always been laggy. I'm always jittering, and I'm always having like the weird like pop-up saying connection error. Now, to give context, I have 1 gigabit download and upload speeds. I am wired in through an Ethernet connection. I have never had, ever since I've had this internet, any issues with any other game when it comes to as much lag and jittering as I give a Call of Duty. And I think they've actually proven that Call of Duty can upgrade their servers. It's on their end, but they're not. And it's frustrating because I could honestly forgive skill based matchmaking. I could forgive a lot of different things, but the server's not working and making it unplayable. And right now that I can't even play it on my PC because it continuously crashes the second I get into a game, the game is just unplayable. And I am ashamed that I spent as much money as I have on it. And the thing I can't understand is that Call of Duty by no means doesn't make a lot of money. Microtransactions alone, which the funny thing is the servers don't work, but the storefront always works and always is fully customized and animated and like always just works. And they charge the most ridiculous prices. Are you telling me that a $30 skin is worth that much value? A skin that costs $30, almost half the price of the game. Is that really worth its value? Well, according to the common day people, apparently it is because on microtransactions, the game makes so much money. It makes billions of dollars off of microtransactions alone. Now, I think the majority of the gaming community is in agreement that gaming in a lot of ways have become like an abusive relationship. Like with Activision, for instance, they always come out with a new Call of Duty game and they're like, this time it's different. We listened to the community. We changed this. We added back this. We got rid of this. And we get back into it, thinking it's going to be great. And for the first month, it's fantastic. It's beautiful. It makes you want to cry. But then December comes around and they start beating you again and taking all the money you have in your pocket and nickel and diming you. And there's even people who believe that the Messiah video games will eventually come. That there will come this game that will somehow change everything. Or maybe a developer that will come in and stand up to Activision and say, we're getting rid of all this stupid nonsense. But we're being honest, unless the gaming market crashes or everyone stops playing Call of Duty and only plays like indie titles, this is just the way gaming is. And it's kind of sad because this isn't what gaming used to be. Sure, companies have always been greedy, but since like Fortnite came out, games have become greedy like on a new end where I always feel like I'm being abused in some shape or form. And I don't know what it will take for gaming to get back to where it was. I don't know what it will take for gaming to get to a way where it was Black Ops 2, where it was just fun and not feeling like I'm always being nickel and dimed. And I understand, bottom of the day, companies need to make money, but I feel like they can make money other ways, like Marvel Rivals. It's a free-to-play game, and the skins aren't atrocious, and the game actually works. I want to spend money on that game. I would want to spend money in the skin shop on Call of Duty, but the game's not fun to play. So I'm choosing to put my money elsewhere in other games. Not saying I'm not going to play Call of Duty ever again, but like I'm really trying to be more picky. That's why I've been playing a lot of games on my Steam Deck. It's why I'm trying to play a lot more in my back catalog. Right now, the state of gaming is just in a weird place, and unless things change, things are always going to be the same. But let me know what you think. Like, comment, and subscribe if you agree with me. See you guys later.